Hello, welcome to the show, Options Brew TV. I am Lex, your host, and today we have two fantastic guests with us from UpLeg is their product, and we're going to bring them in and let them tell you a little bit about it. Great partners at Tradier. They've started the integration or are along the way with integration. We have Zoheb and Laksh. Did I get that right?
That's correct, Lex. Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for coming on. This is awesome.
Thank you for having us.
So here's what I want to do, at least to start. First of all, let's tell the folks, you guys take turns and just tell a little bit about yourself. Okay, who wants to start? Zoheb?
Let me start off. Yeah, thank you, Lex, again. Yeah, so Laksh and I, we go a long way. Yeah, more than a decade back, way back in Bangalore. That's where we first met our first job. And we always had this idea to come and start something on our own in terms of the technology. And pandemic is where it happened. And then we came up with this great UpLeg. We're going to be talking a lot more the next few minutes here.
Good. Okay, great. Yeah. Well, thanks for that, Zoheb. And Laksh, what about you? Do you agree with all that he just said, that he was your pal back for 10 years?
Yeah, for the most part, I would say yes. Zoheb and I, when I first met him back in Bengaluru in 2011, he was one of the most humble folks that I've ever met. And I had a great time chatting with him about everything under the roof, technology, products. It was pretty interesting to have those conversations with him, and we continued to have those conversations over several years. We always were passionate about products, technology. We always were looking out for solutions, opportunities. So that conversation continued. It never stopped. And we moved around. I moved to the Bay Area. He continued to live in Chicago. And but yeah, so when the pandemic happened, it just kind of opened some opportunities for us. We were looking at every direction to see what can we do. We kind of like saved our commute hours, I would say, and those commute hours kind of like transformed into having these other conversations and time that we could use in doing other things. And that's how UpLeg happened. At first, it was all about looking around to see what can we do. It was a huge learning curve for us as well. Like, we are traders, but we're not option traders. It intrigued us, looked at our competitors to see what they were doing. And it was messy. The experience was messy, and we wanted to bring in some user experience. We call ourselves as engineers with design thinking. So we wanted to bring all of our experience and knowledge and do something different. And that's how it all started. UpLeg is in the first version. It's already out in the App Store right now. We can't wait to show everything that we can.
Okay, good.
I'll start the demo, and Laksh will obviously step in, and then we both will talk about it. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, so let's also at the same time, while you're bringing it in, I want to just give a little bit of background about the UpLeg, right? Laksh did touch upon it again. Just giving you a complete overview of idea before we start the project, right? UpLeg is an application. It is the application for the option traders, where we are taking them in a 3-step guided process towards execution. You can pick any of the strategies, you can visualize, execute. So 3 steps, boom, 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 and you're done with it. Again, Laksh touch upon this point, right? When we started this research way back a little bit around the pandemic time, there was a significant growth in the option traders. We saw like 100% people coming in. That means a lot of new people who's getting into the option trading part of it. So that's where I think when we started our research, again, as a traders ourselves as well, right? When we started to look out for any other competitors out there in the option trading, things were messy. It was not clear. That's where we saw the opportunity that, hey, we can come up with something really cool. We both have the technologists. We both come in from the design thinking. Why can't we marry design with the technology stuff? If you actually pick any of the 10 application which is out there, right? In terms of the design, it's messy out there. What we are making is refreshingly easy. and making sure it's the ability for any new people to get in, or the subtle features what we can bring up, it's going to make a big difference. So that's where the UpLeg was born, which we'll be showcasing this in the demo right now.
Okay, great. That's great stuff. Now, is it it's mobile only? Is that correct at this point?
That is correct.
Is there any interest down the road to bring it to a web version or a desktop, or is it you're always going to focus on mobile?
At this point of time, we are currently focused on only Apple. Android is something which is going to follow up very shortly. And right now, our roadmap for this year looks only mobile. Depending on the users, depending on the interest, later on, probably we can open it up for the web application as well. But at this point of time, completely focused to mobile.
All right, here we are.
This is our... As soon as you launch, this is the 2.0 version, which is already out there, which is in the App Store. If anybody out there wants to download this particular application, you just have to go to Apple App Store, search for the name UpLeg, and it shows up. As soon as you launch the application, you're going to launch on the watch list or a dashboard screen, where at this point of time, I've created a few of the strategies, which is where you're seeing this. But it's going to be empty as the first user. The plus button, the iconic plus button, is where all our 50 plus pre-built option strategies lies.
Wow.
We have invested a good number of time in the research, making sure this data actually corresponds to what it is, and has to be easy and settled for anybody to pick and choose of it. For example, I'm going to pick bull call spread here, and then I'm going to pick one of the particular company called Apple, right? And this is where we call the builder screen, right? This is where it gets very interesting. Right now, you have selected your strategy from 50 plus strategies. You come into this particular builder screen. This is where you are selecting all those variables right from the expiration date, leg 1 and leg 2, as you continue to change all those areas. You can see those graph and everything, and even on the top, the summary card, right? You can see the net debit, the break even, max profit, max loss changes accordingly. So this is where you can tinker around with all these variables. The summary card kind of showcases like, okay, for an user, for me to get in, what is my debit? What is my profit looking like? What will happen if my loss, and what is that loss? Again, you can certainly walk over this particular graph, change around those variables. It's all in real time. So you can tinker around visualizing all this effects, everything on the same screen. I'm going to pass on the ball to Lax to talk more about the Greeks and the more button here. Lax, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is really exciting. This is one of the most heavily invested screen of our time, I would say, because the user experience is something that we are really proud of. So Zoeb, if you can swipe right on the options card, there you go. So this is where advanced traders can start looking at a little more about those individual legs. So here you're able to see the Greeks, and so the idea in this screen is like anyone who wants to focus on certain area or certain variables while they are building their strategy, their information is available right for them to consume and process while they are trying to find the optimal strategy that would work for them. So that's what this screen is all about. But we didn't stop there. In fact, like if you look at the more option on the top right hand corner, if you tap on that one, this is going to go in more detail about the strategy that you're building and how your potential looks like. So this chart gives you information around, depending upon how your stock is going to move, how your profit or loss would look like with this clear green and red indicators.
Okay. Let me ask a question, Laksh.
Sure.
Let me jump in. Sorry. So, Zoeb, if you can go back to option value. So I just want to make sure I'm looking at this right and just explain it real quick. So these values are the price of the spread at different stock prices. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. And then what? Oh, and then this is over time up top. So you're looking at different days as time goes by. We can see what the price of that spread is as well.
That is correct. Yes.
Excellent.
So
this
chart.
Yeah.
This chart automatically is built based on the expiration date. So if you choose a different expiration date in the builder screen, this chart or this spreadsheet view will automatically show you all the way up to the expiration date, and you can see the colors will indicate like what is your potential and how it's going to move over the course of time. In fact, like you have this slider at the bottom to kind of like use that to swipe through to see more information as it goes along. So it's like really intuitive UI to see what exactly you want.
Okay, great. That looks terrific.
Yeah, this is all different charts or information presented in different forms that allows any novice or advanced traders to consume and process the information that is there and kind of like take a decision whether this is the optimal strategy that they're going to want to go with. Yeah, so at this point, for our first version, you can add it to the watch list, and you can continue to monitor this over the course of next several days until the expiration, how this strategy is really performing. So that is what we have right now in our App Store, and users can download it today.
Okay, that looks terrific. So, and then if I saw correctly at the beginning, you can do single options, you can do multi-leg options, which that last one was. And you even have 4 legs. The condors are in there, I see.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
4 legs,
Really?
right over there.
Very
And
cool.
if I may add real quick, Lex, is this entire guided process gives the users to select the strategy that they choose at first, and after that it's all guided, so they will not be able to choose values which are inaccurate or incorrect, because there are all automatic validations that are built in that allows the users to choose only the right values, if that makes sense. So,
and then once you have a position on, so let's say you're successful in that you've decided to do a trade, you place it into the marketplace, a fill comes back. So now you actually have some inventory. Is there a place where you see the inventory? Is that the watch list, what you were referring to?
that's correct. Yes.
Okay. And I guess what my question was going to be, or my point was, do we know, are some of these also potential things that you're thinking about doing versus the ones that are actually on? And is there a differentiator in terms of how do I know which one's actually on and which one I'm thinking about doing? Does that make sense? That question?
That's a great question. Zerb, I'm going to give it a try here. So, Lex, what you're looking at right now is a version of our app which allows any users to create strategies and watch over the course of its expiration date. What we are currently working on right now, which we are really excited about, is being able to execute on these strategies, meaning we are working towards having users to authenticate and fund these strategies that they're able to invest in these strategies and execute them. So that's the version that we are currently working on, and we are really excited that we are targeting towards sometime summer to get it out there, and yeah, we can't wait to get that out.
So it's going to be very similar thing, right? 3-step. You selected your 50+ strategy, which is going to be out from here.
Sure.
Right? You select any of that. You select your particular ticker or your company. You land into this particular screen. You see the add to watch list, right? The one which Laksh did mention was the buy, ability to buy. There's going to be 2 buttons right here. You can add it to your watch list, or you can actually execute that particular trade. That's where we're going to show the preview and then place the order right there.
Got it.
And then as soon as you see right now the watch list, it will have 2 particular tabs. It's going to have a dashboard where all your portfolio of your executed strategies will lie there. If you just want to add it to your watch list, it's going to show up on your watch list.
Love it.
There are few more exciting features as well, which we're going to jump right in now. Unless there's any other questions, Lex.
No, I think that's great. I love, first of all, let me just say, I love the user interface. It feels professional. It feels clean. It's very easy to use. I love that. I think you're going to get great buy-in from both the very beginner user and from the advanced user, because it kind of covers the whole base, in my opinion. I think this is terrific. It looks fabulous. Great job, guys.
Thank you, Lex. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
One other thing, like just want to bring it up, right? Like Lax did mention, right? We are the design product engineer with design thinking. So we spend a lot of time with every single gesture of it. So we get very obsessed with the detail of it. And we kind of like revisit the problem and make sure that those are things which kind of gets the attention of the user. Again, 2.0 is just the beginning of it. We have much more exciting and much more cooler features, which will be starting to launch in an iterative fashion.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great.
One other, just jumping into the next feature, right? Like, for example, right, you are an option trader. We have seen various particular community out there, like Discord channel or any of the third-party things, right? People rally on this particular thing. There are various mentors or anybody who has a particular say, and people watch up to them, right? So, for example, right, I got my community, and like, for example, you are out there for a run, right? You're going out for a running, and then you do not know. And then I say that, hey, why don't we bull call spread? I think this particular ticker is got a potential. I think we can probably buy this right at this particular thing. So if I think that, and then I can click a share button, it's going to create a unique link. This is one of the feature where I can share it on Discord, third party, iMessage, WhatsApp, or whatever it is, right? So it's going to create this unique link and then just sends that particular link. The entire strategy is particularly pre-built, and Lax should have got the message: bull call spread, Apple, 20th May, 185 leg 1, 160 leg 2, and everything. So he's going to see one screen, which is on top of it. Obviously, you need an UpLeg. As soon as you tap off it, you open the UpLeg, and then you can place an order. So we call it like taking from 3-step process towards sharing and 1-step execution.
Oh, love it. That's fantastic. So that is also good for the educator community. You know, the people who are teaching other folks, right, in their communities, and then they can send the trades they're doing through this mechanism here, and their students or pupils can tap on it and decide whether or not they want to trade it. That's fantastic. I love it. Really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's got the whole kind of the social sort of aspect of trading built into it, which is really become very popular and getting more and more popular. That's fabulous.
Right. Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
cool. Good.
But yeah, the option builder screen, the Greeks that you see on the screen, that's as part of the summary cards, that in fact came out of our conversations in the Waikiki Beach. So
is that right?
couldn't figure out, like, there's so much of information that needs to be presented onto this one screen, and we were like, we still need to show this info, implied volatility and all these Greeks, but how do we do it? And it's just took a long time for us to come with this experience. Yeah,
that's great. No,
awesome.
Let me ask a question. So when you have inventory on, I say inventory, that means just positions. Okay, when you have a position on, actually in real life, easy way to close it. Is it a click of a finger on there to send the actual opposite legs to close it down, right?
Yep. Correct. So right now, this is watch list, but the dashboard, once we have it, it's going to have a buy button right over there.
Okay, got it.
Click, buy, or even like if you already bought it if it's staying on your dashboard, that means it is already bought it, the inventory is there, you can just sell it. Right.
Okay, so it'll be essentially a close button, for lack of a better term. So you can hit one that says close it. Okay, that's fabulous. I love it. So, and then the delete button here obviously is if it's a watch list item, you decide, I'm not so interested anymore. Let's clean the board up a little bit.
Correct.
Get rid of some things.
That's great.
Terrific. And how do you segment? Sorry, do you separate your strategies by spread type or by ticker, or is there a way to do both, or either or, I should say?
Sure, yeah. So At this point, the way we are doing Lex is each strategy that you create is grouped by the strategy name or the strategy itself.
Got it.
So I think you have brought up a really good point. So having some kind of grouping based on the ticker is something that we would definitely probably invest in our future releases. Yeah.
Love it. Great. And I see a little bell up in the corner. Is that an alert of some kind or not yet? Coming?
It's a notification. As we launch more features and ability, we would want to provide those subtle signals as well, which are going to be pre-built. It's going to built into the UpLeg as well. So any kind of signals which can indicate, or you can go back to the settings and then put in your own condition that if this particular strategy is going plus or minus 20% or whatever those things is, it kind of notifies you at any point of time. And then this on your phone, once you get the notifications, then you can make a informed decision whether to keep it, buy it, or sell it. So those is the notification settings which is coming up.
Okay, great. I love it.
Just want to be clear. I actually switched from the dark mode to light mode. So this is both the things. So just wanted to showcase both of it is available for any of the users who like whichever mode they are in.
Yeah, great idea.
It's something that we may have heavily debated for several hours, several days, and yeah, I'm really proud of these subtle colors and user experiences. I would love to hear users' feedback, and we are always tuned in right now in our Twitter account to see what our users are talking about, what they are sharing with us. So
that's great. So that's the best, right? Best sort of information you can get, right, from people who are actually using the product. I totally agree.
Yeah.
True. The beta version is out there. Obviously, UpLeg.app. You can go to the website. You can sign up for the beta. You'll be able to get this early access to be able to execute. At the same time, you'll become one of those early people to start using this application. The feedback will take a long way. So that's where we're going to start taking an iterative process to kind of like build upon it. And while we launch this exciting features very soon.
Good. I love it. Very cool. Oh, that looks great, guys. Congratulations. No, that looked fantastic. And we need to go back to that. Let me know. So are you at a point where you can discuss what you're thinking relative to price and, and if you're not, it's okay. But if you are, we can get that out there as well. Any thoughts around that?
So right now it's available on the App Store. You can certainly download it for free. You can create up to 5 strategies for free into your watch list. But certainly if you want to do it beyond 5 strategies, we have started to charge $4.99 at this point of time.
That's a month, right? That's per month.
That's per month, correct?
Okay.
That's correct.
Got it.
$4.99 per month, right? And once we have the ability to trade, it's going to be altogether a different particular options. You can either have this just for your particular application, just to create different strategies, visualize and add it to your watch list. But if you need a trading application, that's where Lex Tradier came in, Tradier Brokerage. Like we are integrated with the Tradier Brokerage. You go to the settings, you sign up and you log in and everything. So the trading ability along with all these features with creating, visualizing, all the one-click share to everything will be available at close to $19.99 per month.
So that's the big version, right? The whole
package.
The whole package.
That's the old.
Okay, that's great. Wow, what a and
so the one thing is like the full-fledged trading application, right? Builder screen, we really call it as our secret sauce. That's where all the ingredients lies in. You're just tinkering around with the variables. You saw that in the demo. So we want to make it very easy in a similar way for equity trading as well in the same particular application. So you can eventually search for a particular company, you'll see similar to a builder screen where you can preview, tinker around with different design, and then hit a buy. That's one part of it which is coming up. The other exciting things which we are thinking around is the few signals, specifically on the option trading part of it. How do we bring in any part of the signals into this to keep the user informed that there could be a potential for this particular strategy for this particular company at any particular moment of time. They can certainly sign up and thanks, but how do we marry that signals into the application to make it user friendly? Again, can we take it and solve it in one step process?
Mm-hmm.
We want to make it really robust here. So these are all the different set of features which sets us apart from the competitors out there. So we want to differentiate there. We want to marry design and technology at every step process. So every single thing of it is where we come in with the design thinking and just bring in a great user experience.
Any thoughts on adding, how do I say it, like triggers? What I mean by that is conditional type situations, so that let's pretend back to your call spread that you did. Let's say the user says, you know what, this is what I want to do, but I only want to do it when the stock price gets to X, and then I want to send this order out. Any thoughts around something like that, where the users can set up signals to send orders out?
We did discuss on that, Lex, and it's a great point. And we put a pin on that feature set, but we do want to get into a lot more in depth, because this requires a significant amount of participation and partnership from Tradia to make this happen. And we want to do it. We want to get it right. And yeah, we'll definitely add it as part of our roadmap.
Can any person get the beta, or is it an invite only?
Beta is invite only. This particular, if they just want to add it to the watch list, it's out there in the App Store. You can certainly download. The beta is going to give you the new features, which is upcoming. Even before you put it out there in the App Store, this beta users can get an early access.
Got it. Okay, understood. Oh, wow, this is exciting. I love the interface. I really do. It's just fantastic. Super cool. The trip to Waikiki was worth it.
Totally. We are really excited about what is in store for us and the things that we are building right now. We can't wait to bring it out, push it to our beta users, and also productionize it. So we are continuously heads down working behind the scenes. If our users anytime want to share any feedback with us, we'll be more than happy to engage, gather the feedback, and we'll be more than happy to resolve and add it into our backlog.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, right, that's the beginning for us. Again, we got this. We are really proud of what we have come up with at this point of time with the 2.0 version. We got even more exciting things coming up in this year, so we are really looking forward for it. So we get with that design thinking. So at this point of time, it's archaic what is out there and the different competitors out there, right? So we want to get this different mindset of bringing the design marrying with the technology. We do not see this thing in the fintech world. We see that in many other app stores or many other application out there. But fintech has a good technology, but the subtleness to those designs is a big lack over there. So that's where Laksh and we have been coming into this. We both are technologists, right? We are those kids who broke up on the radio to kind of look into it, right? So we can get those technology. We understand every single bit of it. Now we want to marry this with a great design. Right. So that's where we come in. So we are really excited to be part of this UpLeg, where we are. We genuinely respect each other. So that's where we hope that shines through our UpLeg application. And we are pretty passionate to get this moved and take it forward.
Great. Now, is there a website as well?
Right now, yes. UpLeg.app. Correct.
Yes.
Right?
That's the one.
That's correct.
Perfect. All right, everybody. I want everyone to go here and bombard you guys, so you're so busy you don't know what hit you.
Thank you.
And at the same time, download the application. We love those great feedbacks to come in. We are here to make every traders make it easier and simplified version for them, right? That's where we come in. So do download the application.
Perfect. Good. Well, guys, thanks for coming on. It was this was really great stuff. I think it's going to be a big hit. I really like it. I love it.
Thank you for having us.
Better than that. Love it.
Thank you,
thanks for coming.